Hi everybody, welcome to my another class, another lesson. In this lesson we're going to talk about object literals. I just want to put here it's 13.4 here like 1. So anyway, it is just representing something else in here. So we will talk about two things, which is first one is object literals in traditional way, the second one with AS6, ES6, which is new way. So now I will give you many more examples about that. Just no worry, okay? Everything will be amazing after this class, and I will just show you what is going on exactly in this project. I mean, we'll talk all about that. First, we will do in easier way, and after that, we will do such advanced things, and we will continue with other topics. The first one, what is object literals? So, let me drink my coffee. An object literal is a list of zero or more pairs of property names, and associated values of an object enclosed in curly brackets, so braces. So, in this case, we are talking about curly brackets because it's important to understand object literals that we create in objects there. So do not use an object literal at the beginning of the statement. This will lead an error or not behave as you expect because the part of this curly brackets will be interpreted as the beginning of a block. Okay, so now let me start to show you what exactly we are doing with that one. So let's say we have an example. Mm, what can we say? Let's say we have again cars, many more cars, and another one we want to sell one car, and we can put such a values there. Let's first start step by step what we can do with that. Okay, so let's say we have we have the cat. Let's say we have the cat. Okay, we have uh, the cats, and one of them Scottish, the other one Iranian. Okay, Iranian cat. So what we want to do in this case, we want to uh, get food for this cat. But if the cat is, let's say, Scottish, we want to give different cookie, but food, cooking. If the cat is Iranian, we want to give another one. Well, I don't know anything about what they are eating. I just know something else, like mama they are eating, but let's do it step by step. So we can just create like const sales sell mamas, let's say sell foods or mamas. I don't know how to call it. And we can just say it is, let's say, week mama, like okay, or week mama, like this. Um, or food. I don't know what you're calling. We can just start for the example. We can create a function and we can just say um, the cat brands, for example, the cat species, let's say species, okay, and we can continue with the name of this cat, the names of this cat, and we can open our function and we can just say return name, let's say equals if the name of the cat uh, is, by the way, maybe we can do here. Okay, it can stay here, no problem. So we can just say if the name of the cat or the species, let's say species, species, I think it likes that, or like this. Species. I really don't remember how it is reading, or maybe directly like species, like this. If the, let's say, species of the cat is, uh, in this case, Scottish, or let's say Iranian, then we will do another things. But before that, let's go on with the way. We can just put this one here. It's like, if it is like this, do such a stuff, we can just say name, sorry, species. Then we can put such a things in here, like we don't have any, uh, let's say sale, like this. I'm really doing something else, but is, let's do it with another string literals, like to put there such object, sale mamas, let's say. What's wrong there? Okay, this don't makes it crazy. mm, must work. Okay, we can put also this one there, but okay, now we can put sale mamas. We don't have any big mama in this case. For the what, for the, let's say, for the Iranian, right? For the Iranian cat, in this case, the species will be Scottish, let's say. If it is Iranian, let's say this is Iranian, let's say this is Scottish. If it is not equals for that, and we can just say for the Iranian. So when we run that, we can see such things in that. It can give some output. Let's try if it works. I mean, mm, okay, there is nothing because we didn't put anything there. Okay, we can just say console.log, and the cat name in this case will be cat species. Cat name, like species, will be, let's say, Iranian. Okay, let's say Iranian, and if it is not equals that one, it is Iranian. Uh, let's say this is Iranian. In this case, if it is equals Iranian, then it will directly output the Iranian cat. But it is, if it is not, so it will, for the, we can just say species in this case. Okay, we can just say species in this case. So if it is Iranian, then we have species for this cat. If not, we don't have. Okay, so let's say in this case it is Scott. If it is Iranian, we don't have any salesmen for the Scottish. Let's say in this case this is Scottish. Let's try something. I mean, if it works, what will happen? We don't have any weak mama for the Scottish. Yeah, it works. If it is equals Iranian, then we have. But if not, it is the else case. this case is else case, and we don't have in this case. Okay, so if we say Iranian, what will happen? Okay, Iranian, let's run that and see what will happen. What's Iranian is not defined. Yeah, because why Iranian is not defined? A minute again. It's just showing us Iranian, but there is no text as we see here, right? Because we put question mark, we said if it is already Iranian, then so just do some stuff like this. But if it is not Iranian, then say we don't have any, etc. for the cat we are talking about, Scottish, right? In this case, it was the first one was Scottish, because we put Scottish, and it says it is Scottish. So if it says the Iranian, in this case, this case will work. It will work, right? So if it is already Iranian, we have put. But if it is not Iranian, if it is Scottish, we don't have. Okay? So we can say if the cat is Iranian, it's already there. But if not, then we don't have mamas for the Scottish, like big mamas, right? Big mama for the Scottish. This is what we did here with the function, and we used here such a object literals. Okay, so we can do many more things with that, but as you see, we use such a species here as an object literal, and we used to say that if you put here such a things like for example Iranian, it will already give you the output that Iranian, I mean, or you can just say in here if the species equals Iranian, then do the same stuff that we had there. So I mean, we have food means, okay, like we have the foods, but the species is Scottish in this case. Let's say it's Scottish. As you see, we already indicated the Iranian. It is not Scottish. Then we're using object literal to just put their key and the value for that. Okay. So as you see, we don't have any with mama, and for the species that you put here like a Scottish, for the Scottish. In Scottish way, it will work. But when you put Iranian, it's already true and you have this, right? Because we put here question mark again. So it says if it is not Iranian, then do this stuff. Show this value. The key is here and the value is here. Return out this one. But if it is already there, it will show you Iranian. Okay, Iranian is not mainly that I put there, but just you can think it is the way that we can make such a comparing way, okay? So it's easy process. I mean, maybe not, it is not much mainly. We can directly put here such a name, maybe like name, and maybe we can say this is Iranian. Let's say this is Iranian, and if we say this is Scottish, and if we put here also the name like this, and if we say again for here like name, and if we say we don't have any, and so for example for here we don't, right, we can put also name here. So let's run it and see what will happen. If it works, what will it say? I mean, if it works. Okay, it says this is Scottish because we put Scottish, but if we say Iranian now, what will happen? If If it is Scottish, it will show us the Scottish directly. But if it is not, then it will say we don't have any sales mamas for the Iranian. What happened? Name Scottish. We don't have any sales. Oh, we don't have now this one there. We must delete. All right. So guys, this is easy operation. So I'm just showing you here object literals, okay? Like name is key, and if we don't have any blah blah blah, this is value, and we're using name parameter into the function as a object literal explanation, object literal explanation part. So we don't have any food for the Iranian, okay? You can think like this, okay? It was the first thing that we had. So we can do another example. We can use, for example, let's say the cat name is here and the things is staying there. So we want to use this cat species in another object. Okay, how we do that? I will show you now. So we can just come down and we can just say const what do you say, let's say my cats, okay, and we can open object literal in that way. We can just say my cats, and I can say my cat, or I can just put cats, like cats, like cats, sorry, and I can say my cat, and I can put there something else. This is key value position. My cat is, let's say, Polish cat, and you can say get cat in this case. So we can use for get cat, but we can use our function, that function. Now we can use this function into here. So like what? I will show you. Let me close this console.log. We want to use this function that we represent all the stuff into that. Now we want to use this cat species with the name into here because we want to get a cat and the cat name is Iranian, so it will show us Iranian cat. Okay, so we can just say cat species and we can put this one here, okay, like this, or we can exactly indicate it like, again, we can just say, I don't know, like maybe what can we say? We can say Scottish in this case, because as we know it's already equal to Scottish. In this case it will show us the Scottish, right? So by the way, if we do it also, no, okay, we don't need to do anything with that. It can be Scottish in this case. Okay, just use Scottish logic. And the last we can say, as you know, I put here such things about the mama. I can say sale mama. And I can say weak mama now. Weak mama. Example, but yeah, can we do? And we can just come here. We can just say cat food, or I don't know, like let's say cat food, and we can put for cat food exactly our sale mama, like this. In this case we can do in that way. So now let's come down and let's say I want to access each of this item. So we can just say console.log and we can come in that and we can just say cats. It's like a constructor now, object way. And if we click, we will see, as you see here, 1 minute. Yeah, let's come back here. Okay, my cat, get cat, and cat food. As you see, we have first key, second key, and third key. And the second key with the function that we created here. If it is equals to Iranian, in this case, so Scottish, it will just show Scottish or etc. Okay, so let's try first my cat. So we can just say my cat and we can close that. Let's see what will happen with my cat. It will show us something else. And I will continue fastly after this, okay? My example is stupid, sorry for that, guys. Okay, let's see what is the output. It says Polish. As you see, we get our output. We just created the object with the cats. Then we access it to my cat into this object as a key. This is the key of the object, okay? So if we want to reach exactly the get cat, we can just say get cat. If we run that, we don't need to go to write their function name, okay? Like function name with the this way, we don't need to do that. We already created this object. It is get cat. So when we run that, let's see what will happen. Nothing, because the cat name is the brand, I mean, like Iranian, and we says if name is equal Scottish, do output. If not, it will give us such a this value. But in this case, it doesn't, right? So what do you think about that? Why it didn't give any output to us? And what if we say this is, I mean, Iranian? So what will be output? Is that? Let's see. Yeah, it gives us, we don't have any, yeah, let's say we don't have any, and we can put this guy in here, like sale mama. In this case, it will say we don't have anything else for the Scottish, like any big mama for the Scottish. Sorry, Iranian, right? Scottish. Sorry, yeah, because name is equals Iranian. If the things is Iranian, if the cat is Iranian, then do output. But in this case, we put Scottish. For that, it gives us output for the Scottish part. As you see here, we put sale mama like this one, and the name is, in this case, we put Scottish, and it gets the name of this one to the for the name, and it gives us this output for the second one. So let's say again, it is Iranian. Let's try again with that example. Now it will check in the cat species function what it is there. Iranian, if the thing is equals Iranian, it will show Iranian, I think. So if it is right, let's see what will happen. Iranian, as you see, okay? It's easy. If you put another things, it will tell you another things. If you put there Polish, it will say we don't have any like anything, any big mama for the Polish cat. I mean, I will tell you structure, okay, again. If it runs, okay, we don't have any big mama for the Polish, and you can say here cat or whatever else, or cat. Guys, look, first we created function in here. We put their name and we made such a equivalent with the name. Like if the name is equals Iranian, in this case the name is Iranian, but if we delete it, it's also okay because we putting there such a things, right? Let's delete this one. Okay, we don't need to do it because we already putting such a value in here, right? So okay, in this case, we created our function and we said if the name that we will put the value for that equals Iranian, then just output Iranian. But if we say if it is not Iranian, then just say we don't have any and sale mama for the this cat. Okay. we can do it little much better with the strings in here during explanation, but it's okay. Just try to understand what we are talking about. Cat food. Let's access cat food in here. If you run it again, you will see the sale mama, like weak mama in this case. Even we can do same operation for cat food too. Then like sale mama, it will give us different things. Like we don't have anything else like this. Yeah, as you see, weak mama is there. So now what I want to do, we want to access each of these guys. We can just say my cat, this is first one, and we do the same operation in that way. We can just say like this. We can use this structure, the cat's object, access to um, get cat, which is with the function, this one, that we created up here with the returning stage with some kind of conditionals, and we put their name as a polish, and we will get such output for that. In this case, we put polish, and the else conditionals work in that case because it's not Iranian, right? If it is Iranian, then it will show us Iranian, like for the output. But if it is Polish or other things, then it will show us we don't have any blah blah blah. But if it is Iranian, it will just show us Iranian. But if you put other things rather than Iranian, it will give you always this output. We don't have any blah blah blah. Okay, because we're making such a representation in here, so you can say that, and you can also say again. Let's put new line, and we can just say cats dot, then you can just say cat food. So if you run this, we will get three outputs. We already accessed all of the values as you see, right? I will make it little like fast, but I just want you to understand that we created function and we did such an object iteration in here with the conditional step. We don't need to put there if name is equals Iranian, do this like console.log Iranian, and the else name is we don't have etc etc. We don't need to do this stuff. It's easy to do in the one line. As you see, the cat name is Polish in this case. So this is like my cat is Polish, right? Where is my cat? Mm, by the way, I consider my cat. Yeah, he created it like Polish, right? Yeah. We can also say another things. Okay, my cat is Polish. This is mindly. Get cat, cat species, like it is Polish, and it gives us. We don't have any weak mama for the Polish cat. Okay, it's also mindly. My cat is Polish, and get cat. Uh, food cat, like get food for the cat. Okay, it gives us for the Polish, like we don't have any weak for mama and blah blah. But if you put here Iranian and here Iranian, it will give us the food. So the cat food is the sale mama and this one weak mama. So by the way, it is not mindly. We can put another things in that, but yeah, we just trying to show you exactly how the key and value structure working. I want you to understand here the get cat. We created this key and we put there for the value cat species with the function that we created here. We put there Polish and it checks with the name with the Polish and it is Iranian. It says if it is not Iranian, then do something else with the key and the value again. Okay, we created object literal in that case. It says we don't have any sale mama in this one, and the name of the cat is not Iranian. This is Polish that you put here. And lastly, we said cat food. We created key, and we just said this is sale mama. So it was like that. But let me do one more thing for you to just make you sure about the working ecosystem of this object literals. We can create, for example, one object way with the brackets, this bracket, and we can put another one into that, and we can access them too. So how we do that with the object literals way, with the object accessing? So we can just say, um, let's say we have, let's say cats now, okay, cat, let's say cat, and we want to say something like what, um, let's open that and say cat, many cats, like this, okay, and open another one, another object. So object creating point with the key and values. So after we open that, we can just represent the things. Let's say with the representation like E, this is first cat name, let's say Albanian cat, okay? Like Albanian cat. Okay, let's say for the B, uh, Russian cat. Let's say Russian cat. And for the C, let's see, we can just say, let's say British cat. Okay, that's with we. Let's do one more thing. 1 minute. Let's only create A and B here and close it like this. I think it must work. All right. All right. Now here. Yeah, maybe here. Okay. So we created it right now. Yeah. So now I want to show you one more process in here. Like what? After we create it, we can just put there another one. But like what? We do that in this way. Uh, let's say 5. We can really do that too. I mean, we can create this object with the numbers. We can just say uh, British cat now. Okay, sorry, this one. British cat. Mm, okay, so as you saw, we created our literal, right? All the things. So as you see in the many cats, we have A and B, like A is the key for the Albanian cat, B is for the Russian cat, and we closed this many cats now, and we open it. We created another key like a 5, and we said this is British cat. So what I'm trying to tell you here, I'm not trying to distract your focusing or to get your attention in another point. Just give your attention here that we created first the cat object, and after that into cat object we put another object which is many cats object, right? And like a key, okay? Then for the key of the many cats we created two more objects. The first one with the key A, the second one is B. We represented with the value Albanian cat and Russian cat. Then we closed this many cats object and we created another key with the 5 into the cat object, and we put for it British cat. So they are different objects from many cats. So many cats and 5 is the part of the cat objects. Okay. So to show you it in the good way, maybe you can just think like this. Let's say first we create that and we set many cats and we open it that in that way, and we created another one into that, and we just say A is Albanian cat, and we come out and we said B is Russian cat, right? and we come out of all this and we just said 5 is equals to British cat. This is our another example, like another key. So 5 and many cats is the key of the object cat. And A and B in here, they are part of the many cats key. Just don't confuse, okay? We can create also for 5 this one like this, another object way, like let's say tag it here, and we can just say like this, let's say A again, like this. Okay, by the way, it is not equals, like this. Right. So if we do that, we can create another one with that one. Okay, like this, and put there such a things. So British cat, let's say another one is with the B again. This is, they are different B. Okay, each of them different objects. B is, can be, let's say, Ukrainian. Okay, I hope you understand. Now, if we want to access all these things, how we do that? So what can we do? We just say, let's come here. So let's say console.log. By the way, which one is clear for you to understand? If it is, you can write in that way, or if it is, you can write in this format. Let me close this one to just make you sure this one is better. Okay. So we can just say cat, and after cat, we will access two things: many cat, many cats, or this 5. This we have 2k. Let me prove you. When you click that, you will see, by the way, I didn't put here const for that it cannot see. Okay, so now when I click that, you will see many cats and the 5. As you see, it says property 5 have a and a B, two string. We can put list or etc. too. It doesn't matter. We just created objects there. As you see, our properties into 5, like 5, the 5 is the property, and the A and B is the values of this key. So as you see, we have A and B, two things. So if you click 5, you will see like this, like a list item. So why it comes like that? Because you can't do in that way. So if you do it like this, it will not work. For the numbers, it doesn't work in that way. Okay, for the numbers you must do such a 5 like this, then you can access the items. But when you click enter, now you can access the things. Just for the numbers, we're using list operation method. I will show you. Look, if you say dot 5 and dot, where is the things? Where is the A and B? We can't see anything, right? It doesn't work. But if you do same things for many cats, we can see. We can just access A and B directly. But for the numbers, we use the list method. Why? It doesn't matter. It is the rule of the language, okay? We cannot access it directly clicking dot to bring it and to go into depth. So we're using 5, and after that, we're putting there A and B, etc. Okay? So again, when you click this, you will get this one, and when you click this, you will go in it. So let's first run these two items together. First, many cats, and let's first, by the way, this is not number. We can just access it with the many cats directly. So if we run these two items, these two keys, we will see the output of the A and B for each of the items, like each of the key. Okay, I will show you now. Yeah, as you see, the first one, A is Albanian cat, B is Russian cat. As you see, it is part of many cats key. We have another key A and B into that as we access it, all of the item in that. So as you see, A and B is here, and we access it this one. So many cats. Now let's look for the cat with the key 5. Why I put key 5? Because I just want to show you, hey, we can also put their numbers, but we can access with the list brackets, okay? Array brackets. So you can really use another things. I mean, you can just say many calls, many other things, or just say blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just put their number because I just want to show you in string and the number together, okay? The second one gives us same result with a different explanation. It gives us British cat for the A and the Ukrainian cat for the B. Now we want to access the specific items. We can just say dot, as you see we have A here. Let's say I clicked on the A and I came here, same I did for the A. So as you see for the many cats, the first key is the A and the A have the value like Albanian cat. And for the 5, as we touch in the list brackets, we have the first A key, British cat. So we will see Albanian cat and the British cat, right? So let's run and see if it is like this. Let's see what will happen. Albanian cat and British cat. Did you see that? We get these two results. It's amazing. We can access from this one A and the second one is B. For example, we can do B and we can get all these guys into this place, right? Let's say close this and we can put there this one, access such a different things. So we can put them into the same string and we can see different, we can access each of the value with the keys and then we can use them in our projects in that way. Just think like this. In the object-oriented programming way, you will learn such a different things. Albanian cat and Ukrainian cat. As you see, we got these two values and we can now use them as a different variable or etc. in the future jobs. So okay, I will get all this stuff back, just it can be staying there. I want to show you one more thing, what it is. Guys, for example, you sat here 5, right? Let's say I created one more and I sat for this. This is this, how am I calling that? Quotes. But this is not double quotation, it's just quotation. Uh, so I want to represent something in that. Let's say empty quotation. Quotation. I think it's reading like that. Or an empty string. And we have another one. Another one is like this. It's something else like this. By the way, what's happening? Let's hang 1 minute. Dissertation to use TypeScript files. Alright, okay, I think we cannot use this one. In that case. Okay, we put maybe this one. Okay, we put something else. That same. Property assignment expected. What do you mean? So, okay, give me a minute. Let's say we created first one there and 5 was there. What was wrong with the second one? Here. Okay, let's not use this one. Okay, let's say I want to access this one with the double quotation. Is it possible to do that? Let's use cat and just come back from all this stuff and click this. And as you see, we have that one here. So it's directly giving us the result, but If we try directly this way, it will give us identifier expected. I mean, it's not something else we can access. But when you do that in this way, do you think it works? When you try that one, let's try what will happen. I mean, just tag all action back and just put this here. So when you run this, let's see what will happen. It will exactly work. Empty quotation. Did you see that? We run that one. It's, by the way, you can think in that way, okay? The quotation logic. So it gives us empty quotation. So we can also create this kind of keys in that case. I hope it's okay with you. You understand what we did. It was another important point. So now we can talk about enhanced object literals. It's another important topic. So what we're going to do with that? So I just want to show you one example. It's really good example. You will understand all of the structure in this case. Let's say we have const name equals, let's do it in here. Okay, const name is equals, let's say I don't know, let's say John. Again, I like John. And const age is equals, let's say 30. And come down and just we can create object again with the person. Let's say const person. This is our object, right? Person, and we can just open our object. There's such a key and etc. So the first into um, into this traditional way, we always had it like name and equals etc. We put the name like a John, but now we already have John in here like a name. Now we can directly use shorthand, like shorthand way to represent name, right? It's the name. Name is here, so we can come down. By the way, we can say name uh name one. Let's say name one. I don't know why it's showing us this way. What's wrong there? We can close this one. So yeah, name one. And we can come down and we can just say age. Now in the shorthand, we can access these things into another object that you remember, right? So we getting all this variable from outside to put in our object. Then we will do such a thing. I will show you like what is enhanced object literals. Enhanced object literals means just what, So I will show you. So let's say we're creating function, right? We're creating function like what? We normally making such a things like this. Let's say, let's say what? Let's say good. Okay, this is our key, and we're putting their function like this, and we're opening this function, and we're reading our things. Let's say return. Let's do it that way, or just use this. Hello, my. Let's say my name is, and put this there, and then for the name, put there the name one, which is the name of the John, and the let's say and my age, and I am. Let's say I am, and put there another one, and say age, years old. Let's say years old. Now, as you see, we already created our function, right? Sorry, we created our function, but in this case, we must use different rules to exactly access these things. We're using this method because this is object literal can be shown us to itself as a constructor. I mean, if you use this, it would be great to see the name there. So, and this In that way, we can access the name1 and age into the person object. So if you use this, okay, if you read here, this can access these things, right? In that way. But if you use directly name1, it cannot access the out of this process. I will show you all the stuff. Just don't worry about it. So we created that one. Now, if we go out of this, let's this way. So what we're trying to do now, if you say console.log, we can just say person.name, for example, name1, sorry, that we can access the John into the object, right? This is our first object that we create, person, and we put another variable into our person object as a key or a key value together. I mean, like an object, another object, okay? So like a built-in way. So we also say console.log, and we can put there such a to get out this function. How we can represent it? First, we need to access person, then we need to do good. But how? In that way, right? We need to say good. In this way, then we can see, because good, well, it seems like function now, because good is we represented here as a function, right? The name of the function is good now. So when we run that, let's see what will happen. If I remember good, by the way, it would be like this. If this is true, then we will see the answer. If not, then we will see another things. Yeah, as you see, the name one is exactly John, as we created here. It shows this first. And then we created this return function, like return into the function, and we said for the place, hello, my name is this one, name is John, and I am 30 years old. This is the access of the age. Let's say we didn't put this in this case, and we want to access directly the name and the age. What will happen? So when you run that, let's see what will happen in this case. It maybe works, but it doesn't work for all the time for everything if you're working on the high level projects. So let me prove you that. So yeah, it works, but I highly recommending you use this as a constructor way. I mean, you can just when you start to work with the classes and the object-oriented programming, you will see there just kind of things. I mean, you will access each of the value with the this.name and equals the name, this dot something else. It will just create their object that you can work on that. This is the way that we first had it. But what about that we don't, if we don't put this good there as a key, we just directly want to use our function. So shorthand function, why we need to use again and again this stuff? Let's do such a professional job. I just want to suggest you that. Let's say I don't want to say any function and anything like this. I just want to say, let's tag, let me uh, let me close it, or let's first tag it, copy that, and close this one. So let's take it down. So let's say I have already these things. I want to delete this guy. So I just want to say good, like this. That's all. And I created this one. So it's saying signature declarations can only be used in TypeScript files. No, just wait. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do one thing. So we will open that. It works. Amazing. So now good is our function that we can call it like person.good as a function. We can put brackets. So we don't need to access directly to things that we created first, right? Good again. So as after we said good, let's do same operation. You can say return my name is, and you can just say that one there. By the way, sorry, I forget to put this. My name is, and what happened here? Okay, this one, and put name one there. But before that, use this name one, and then I am, let's say, and I am, and put there again this one, and say age years old. So if you say that, you will get access for this one. But what we're trying to explain you here, now we can access directly our function. We don't need to do like access and keep. I mean, sometimes it can help you, okay? This is new logic. I mean, amazing way. Okay, I want to show you one more thing. What? I will create another key, but in the professional way, dynamic way. So let's say we have a name, right? Okay, what is our name one? Is John. And I want to create a key like a John email, like a variable, like a key, okay? How we do that? So we can do it in that way. I will show you now. For example, I came into that and I said what? I said what? I said put this one, right? And open this and say name one. Good. After that, by the way, put this quotation, tag all this stuff, put in the quotation. What's happened? Unexpected? What's going on there? It must work. Okay, no problem. Okay, then I'm gonna say email. It will show us there this name one, okay? This is another process that we are doing right now. So after we created it, we can just come out of this and we can put this. And we can just say, um, let's say, John at gmail.com. But important key is important place is not that. Important place is exactly what, we did dynamically here some job. We put there this name one, we put in that, and we put underscore and we set email. So it will be like name one underscore email, like John underscore email, and it will be like a key. It's amazing job. Just see what will happen. We will access it like a key. So after we created, we put this John dot etc. Right? So now what we can do? So we can do another stuff. We can do something else. I don't think like I don't think so. We don't need to do anything. So I will show you one another things. We already created person.name one, so we also put here good as a function. Now we can also say console.log, and we can access the person and John email. Like person, let's say person, right? And after that, you will see name one underscore email like this. Okay? So what if we say like this? Look, John email, email. Do you think it works? So the name of the guy is the John, right? As you see. So let's do it like this. It's the name of the guy is John. And we put here name one. As we see, this is John. And we already accessed this value. Okay, it will be a little bit confusing. Name one, it's also already represent displaying out the name, right? When we put this uh, like dollar sign, it means that we have here we already output this with the John. It means right. So what we put in that way, this is dynamic display. Okay, what will happen now? So after we do that, if we put it like John email, it will show us the email of the John. So now let's run if it works and see what will happen. Okay. See what will happen. Name one, it's accessed, it is John. And the second one is my name is John and I am 30 years old, etc. The third one doesn't work. Why not? Let me check it again one more. What can be wrong in here? Uh, so I think something wrong with the email part now. Hmm, here, now here. Okay, now it's good. I'm sorry, I think I had put there such a quotation. It wasn't like a reverse side quotation, which is to show this dollar sign with some string literals, like formatting way. I mean, yes, guys. Now the name is John, and this one is name one is John, as we created here, and the second one is my name is John, and I am 30 years old. As you see, my name is this dot name one. We accessed name one and age here, and 30 years old, etc. Then we created another key with that one. We set in the dynamic way with the dollar sign to format it. I mean, name one, it's exactly representing here John, and we put underscore email that we says, hey, this is John. Underscore email is our key into our person object. This is the key, and the value is the John email dot at gmail.com, and it's represented out this output as you see here. You can see output. It was like this, so it's easy process, no much mind how to say mind confusing. Yeah, it was like that, guys. Thank you so much for your watching. I hope you like this lesson. You understand the object literals, how they works, what is our dynamic way to represent things, how to create like function directly, or to get some variable into our objects in the easier way or shorter way. I mean, we don't need to use always our like traditional system, but if we didn't know things, then of course we must put there our things. Thank you so much for your watching. I hope you like it. See you in another class. Just repeat it, and this is really amazing point, and you learned already enough. Thank you. See you in another class. Bye bye.